Okay, so let's see about going in and unwrapping this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make a clone of this. So I was going to pick everything, right click, and I'm going to go clone. I wanted a copy, not an instance. Then I'll just create a new layer, turn the old one off. This is the new one, and this is the one we're going to unwrap. Alright, let me go in here and adjust this some. So actually, I don't want this one. Don't want that one. I want this one. This is the one I want to clone. Alright, so take this one and clone it. Copy. Make a new layer. Turn the original off. And this is the one that I want to do. Alright, so this has got a high poly fillet on it, so I want to detune this. So I want this to be 0, and I don't want an inset on it. And then that's what I want for the low poly right there. So we want to do the same thing here. So we want to go 0 and no inset. Okay, that's good. This is an instance, so it did that. Okay, so we got to go down here. Okay, we do that one, 0 and no inset. Okay. Alright, so now that we want to convert to an editable poly. Alright. Now, my life is going to be easier if I take this and I'm going to detach it. So now this is its own piece, and then I'll do an unwrapping of that. So let's see, I can go here, and let's see, I want to put an unwrap on this, and I'm going to pick here. Oh, by the way, I want to clear the UV that's on it. So you go UVW Mac clear, put that underneath your unwrap, and then if I collapse to that, then it'll dump that unwrap that's already on there, or the mapping coordinates that are already on it. Okay, so now I can pick here, and I'm going to grow this. I want to grow it. And I think I want to grow it one more time. Okay, let's do a quick peel on that. Okay. And then we'll grab the back side and do a quick peel on that. Okay. Alright, so now this one, these corners are going to need to be unfolded. So if I go in here and I try to relax it right now, it can't break these corners up. So what I want to do is go to Edge, and I'm going to pick out. It's picking by element. It's something it does, which is a pain. Okay, I'm going to just split that. And then the same here, 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 there, split. And go here. Now, people ask me all the time, why Why do you split it here versus there? It really doesn't make any difference. I try to be consistent, but it really doesn't make any difference. It's just got to be split in order for it to flatten out. Okay, so now when I come in here and I select this and I quick peel it, you'll see it flattened it out. Okay, let's see if I can get this to straighten up. So he's grabbing an edge and click here and hopefully he'll straighten it, and it didn't. Same here. Okay. So I've never really figured out why it does that, why sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't, but it does. Alright, so now I'm just going to go rotate, and I'm going to manually kind of just rotate this and get it as straight as I can get it manually. And I'm going to do the same here, and it doesn't matter if this is going horizontal or vertical, it doesn't make any difference. Okay, and I think I'm just going to move this by here. Alright, so now I can go to edge, and I can pick all of these edges, and I'm going to tell it to straighten like that. Then I can get these, holding the control, get these, and I'll do the same thing there. Let me look in here. Okay, so this, control that, here, that, straighten, then we'll go here, and then we'll straighten that. Okay, so that's done pretty good. So just take these and move them out. And I can put a checker on this if I want to check it, which I would tell you to do that. Oop, not a cellular. I want a checker, and I would say a good 60 for your UV tiling. We'll get the checkers down small enough where we can kind of see what we got going on. So let's isolate this. And so this all looks good. So there we go. So now what I can do is to permanently bake this in. Now I see people not doing this. If you accidentally delete this, then you just lost your whole unwrap. You have to do it again. Okay, where I can go in here and go convert this to edible poly right now, and now it just embedded that permanently into it. I can always come back and change it by putting another unwrap on it and going back into it, and then I can make all changes and such. Okay, for right now that's great. Okay, I don't want those checkers on here anymore, so I'm just going to take those off. And I'm going to go to this one right here. I'm going to go up here to my selection set, and I'm going to hit DEL for delete, because I'm going to delete this in a minute. I'm going to go right-click and freeze this, so it's frozen. I'm going to take this one, move. I'm going to hold down the Shift key, and then I'm going to move it down as a copy. And I'm going to get the top aligned up right there. And then I was going to grab these vertices and get that back up there. Okay, now let's put checker back on. And you'll be able to see, and I need to delete that old one. Okay, go to delete, yes, unhide it, hit delete, and you can see that these are kind of squashed now. Okay, where these are squares and these are kind of squashed. because of the way I manipulated it. So just put an unwrap back on it. And open it up. And then what we have to do is relax these. So just go here and tools, relax, and we want this polygons, and apply this a couple of times. And now it's going to its actual scale. And now these won't be stretched anymore. Okay, and convert that to an editable poly. Alright, now it's gonna freeze this, and later delete this, and I'm going to copy this, hold down the shift, I'm going to go past it, copy, put that back in place. Okay, I'm going to hide that for a minute. Okay, so this, I'm going to delete that. And really, now I think about it, because I got to cut, I'd probably just unwrap this one separate. So we don't need that top one. Okay, so let's do that. So we're putting a UV clear on it, convert it to an editable poly. And let's isolate that. And now let's unwrap this. So I'm going to go put my unwrap on it. Pick here, grow, grow, and one more time grow. Okay, then we'll just do a pelt on that. And let's grab this, do a pelt on that. Okay, see how this has got some stretching and stuff on it? See this weirdness? We got to fix that. So it's doing that stretching because we got to cut these ends. So we got to split so that this end can flatten out. So just holding down the control key until it convert that to an edge. Or actually, we'll just split it. Split here. Okay, split that. Okay, split that. Let's go. I may have to split some of that where that cut is in it too. Okay, break that. Alright, now let's see if we go in here and we relax this. Then it'll flatten back out. Okay. Got a little bit of funkiness there. I might have a tendency to maybe, I don't know, let's just look at it. Let's straighten this up. So we'll go here and straighten it. Okay. Let's look at our checker. Checker's going okay. We'll just leave it like that. Okay, we're just going to move them out. Convert this to editable poly. Okay, end my isolation. Okay, then both sides. This other one's already done. So now we got to get the ends. Okay, so let's do this now. So let's put us an unwrap on this. And we'll start there. We'll do a grow. Okay, and then I don't want this centerpiece, so I'm going to go here. And I need to make sure this ignore back facing is turned off. And then I need to make sure my selection up here is not window crossing. Turn that off. Hold down the Alt key and then drag a box. Why did you do that? Shouldn't have done that. Well, I don't know why it selected that, but deselected it, but that's all right. I'll select it back. Okay, so I've got everything until this back side. Okay. So I'm dividing this into 3 pieces. It's the front with all the edges, then the back, and then I'm going to do that inside piece. Okay, so we can go ahead and quick peel that. And let's see about straightening it up. Okay, and now what we're going to have to do is split these corners so it can relax. So we need to go to edge, and I want to pick this, and that, and just break that. And we'll do that on the other side too. So what's happening is these edges aren't being able to flatten out because we haven't split them yet. And it doesn't really matter to a certain degree whether I do this side or that side. I just try to be consistent in whatever I'm doing, just so it makes it easier to remember. Okay, so now let's relax that. And I want this one, and just relax it several times. All right, and then we'll have to do a little bit more cutting. This can't flatten out here, so I have to do the same thing where I come in here and go to edge, and then I'm going to split here and there. Then this will wrap out and stay on these pieces. So same here, and I'm not sure why it's doing that. Sorry, not that. I need it split here and there. Kind of got a weird thing happening there. Let's split that. And we need to split that and that. All right, let's try to relax that again. Okay, that's kind of weird. I don't look. We needed that. Let's go back. What's going on? What is happening with this here? Do We get something inverted. Let me see here. Okay, so maybe this piece here, I don't know how that got off. Okay, so I need to stitch this back. Got it out. Okay, stitch that back in. Okay, that's broken. This is... All right, let's relax it now. Let's see if that didn't fix that. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, cool. All right, let's just move that one out. And then we need to get this. I'll just do a planer on that, and that needs to be y-axis. Let's just move that out. I have to turn off the planer here to move that out. And now we want to get this inside piece here. So let's look straight at it. So deselect, and then I'm going to select only it. And then we can do a quick peel on that. And then we need to split it so it can flatten out. So we'll go there, and we'll do the opposite side. And now let's quick peel those. Okay, and then let's straighten it and straighten it. And now did I relax that? Just double check. I did not relax it. Okay, and straighten it up. And then let's rotate it. All right, then let's grab them all and pack them. Okay, why is that piece? Unstitched off. So let's go cut it out here, and let's stitch that to there. Okay. Alright, so now let's pack. Alright, that looks right. Alright, now I'm going to move that out and convert that to an editable poly. Okay, let's end our isolation. And so let's double check, make sure I didn't. Yeah, so that's right. Okay, so that's the one we're going to delete. And then pull this one over, hold down the shift, just clone it, and then line that back up, then go delete that one. Okay, so now I think these are all unwrapped. Actually, we didn't do the bottom. So what we're going to do here, same thing. We're going to go, this is going to be delete. And what I'm going to do tell me to. Okay. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to isolate this selection, and then I'm going to copy this one, which I know is unwrapped. I'm going to rotate it. Angle snapped. Hold down the shift key. Make a copy at 90 degrees. Okay, and then I'm going to move that one. I'm going to put its pivot in its center. Move this down. Move it over. Okay. And then I'm going to grab its vertices. Now this will kind of mess with the mapping coordinate a little bit, but we'll be able to just relax it out. Okay, that looks pretty good. Hold down the shift. Let's make another copy of that. And then vertices, and slide those back in. Okay. All right. And then we're going to go up here, delete me too, and delete that. Let's end our isolation. So this should be everything now. Let's go do a save. And so now I'm going to pick everything, and I'm going to put an unwrap on the whole thing so I can bring them all in here together. Okay, so now let's pick them all. And now we're going to go 0.01 and pack them all together. Yay! Okay, let's just, in fact, let's go up here, standard, and just check our checkers. Make sure everything is the same scale. No stretching. And that looks quite lovely. Okay, so now let's see if we can't pack this better. So, okay, let's take these little pieces out first. Let's get those out of our way. And I'm going to take these two out. And I need this back to crossing. Alright, so let's this side here. This one goes to that one. This one goes to this one. Matter of fact, we're probably better off if we go this way. Alright, let's go. Maybe like that. Pull those out. Let's go here. One. What if we rotate these like so? Something doesn't add up to me. No, I guess that's right. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's rotate these around and see if I can't pack these just in here. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now we're going to pick the whole thing and we're going to go to scale. And then right up here, I'm going to say scale from the bottom left-hand corner. And now I can scale this up so it matches that. And then I can cheat a little bit if I want to. And how I can cheat is I'm going to tell it to scale. And I'm going to do a non-proportional scale to scale up. And I'm going to point from this point. And now I can scale these, go up a little bit. Now what that means is their squares won't be completely square, but they'll be almost completely square. And I'm taking more of my map up. So when you put this in a game engine, you get charged for this entire rectangle. So any area that we don't have bitmap in is bad. Okay, it means wasted resources. So I non-proportional scaled this a little bit, but we won't be able to see that stretching. And now this piece looks good. Let's go ahead and bake this in, convert to a poly. That way all of that work is baked into it. And so when you look at this, it's stretched so little, you won't be able to tell that I stretched that. But I'm getting more pixels on my box. Okay. So there's that piece unwrapped. And now we're ready to bring this into Sketchfab. So let's export it. Let's go ahead and save it real quick. And then let's export. Export selected. And we're going to call this Crate 2 Unwrapped. And definitely want our preserve edge orientation turned off. And that's what this is error, so we know that, so that's fine. And so now let's go over to Sketchfab. Okay, so here's our original piece over here in Sketchfab. So let's go in here and re-import our new one. And I'm going to pause this while it's uploading. Okay, so now I've got the model re-uploaded. And let's go in here, our 3D settings. We can go in here and look at it. And we want to double check a couple of things. We want to make sure, first off, our wireframe, make sure it didn't turn things into triangles. So this all looks good. We can go to our 2D, 3D, and now you'll see it's unwrapped. So now this model, this low poly, is ready to go for us to go to our next venture, which is starting to do the texturing part of this. Okay. So that looks good. And I'm just going to resave this. And we're good to go. All right. Hopefully that helped you guys. All right. Thank you.